Are you ready for the next evolution in audio capture? This shotgun microphone will change the way you shoot content and simplify your workflow. I'm talking about the Comica VM40. It's a super cardioid 32-bit float shotgun microphone. This baby's packing 32 gigs of onboard storage and a built-in transmitter for true mobile freedom. Okay, let's have a look at build quality. The VM40 is aluminum alloy, not plastic. The buttons have a good tactile feel and the ports are tight. The boom mount is all aluminum construction, which is nice to see, and comes with 3/8 and 1/4 20 reducers. And the shock mount has an alloy base with a cold shoe mount and a polymer cradle. All right, the receiver is, well, plastic. It's very light. The built-in screen is nice. It's easy to read, unless it's in full sun. And the buttons have a decent feel, and the jacks are tight. And rounding out the accessory package are TRS and TRRS coiled cables with stress relief, a 2-in-1 charging data cable, a plosive filter, a new dead cat, and I love it when a company includes a nice case, and Comica's no exception. Okay, I was thinking, how will this VM40 perform at a railway crossing? It's a pretty good little... Train whistles are about 120 dB, and the capsule on this, gold plated capsule mind you, on this microphone is rated to about 130 dB. So it should push it to the limits, but it shouldn't clip. I can't believe it. I recorded that whole scene with my camera and the microphone wasn't on. Bummer. So this might be a good opportunity to mention this thing has automatic on-off, which is great for idiots like me. And here comes a train. All right, so this is what the VM40 sounds like with a train behind you. I've got the mobile VX10 and I'm transmitting to my GoPro. I can't hear anything. If you can hear something, that's better than I'm doing. Wait a minute, I thought 32-bit float didn't clip. Well, you're right, it doesn't. But more on that later. 32-bit recording is only available when recording to the internal memory of this microphone. If you're outputting to a camera, then it's only 24-bit and you have to mind your gain settings. All right, it's hockey night and this is a very noisy environment. I have the gain on the microphone set to 9 and I'm recording to the internal 32 gigabyte memory. And we're gonna see if this is gonna clip or not, because the horn that's coming up, and I believe is about 105 dB. It's pretty loud. It clips my other mics. Here we go. It's climbing. 95, 96, 104, 105. There we go. So there you go. Right. The VM40 is 4 feet from me. How does it sound? Well, how many times have you and I as lone content creators had to go back and forth setting levels? Real pain. Well, with the VM40's 32-bit float recording, you no longer have to do that. You set it and forget it. Or there's the VM40's app. Yeah. In that app, you can adjust just about anything you can think of. You can adjust the transmitter settings. You can adjust global settings. You can adjust the receiver settings. You can get firmware updates, all kinds of things. Some of you might be wondering about wind noise. Well, here you go. This is about 20 kilometers an hour. 32-bit recording is what grabbed my attention, but this thing has a boatload of features, starting with wired and wireless output. The 32 gigabytes of internal memory gives you up to 40 hours of recording and file sharing with just about anything that has a USB cable. It works with my iPad, my iPhone, MacBook, PC, you name it. Battery life on the VM40 is excellent. It's 10 hours of wireless recording, 32 hours of wired recording, and it supports charging while in use. So really, you've got unlimited recording time. The on-off sensing feature is one of my favorites. I really do appreciate the physical buttons. It's got low cut, it's got high frequency boost, and a gain knob. Not to mention an OLED screen. It's conclusion time. And as it would happen, the battery's dead on my microphone. But I've got it plugged into my Inu battery pack. If you want to see a review on this, Inu is sending me their 65 watt and their 100 watt, 20,000 milliamp hour battery packs. These little tiny things, they're all new. So look for that coming up. Okay, and that brings us to what's not to like about this. What are the cons? Well, that's a pretty short list. It's not weatherproof, so you can't shoot in the rain, and the screens could be a little brighter, see better in the sun. That's it. Oh, and the formatting for the app on my iPhone, it kind of overlaps on a couple of pages. Works fine with my iPad, but with the iPhone, it kind of overlaps, but that's just a glitch. I'm sure they'll get that sorted out pretty quick. Okay, my bottom line is this is a well-made product with good sound quality and a good price point. And most of all, it makes my workflow easier, makes my life easier, which is the most important thing. I want to be concentrating on content, not tech-tent. Well, thanks for watching, if you are indeed still watching. And if you want to purchase this VM40 by Comica, then there is a link below in the description and a discount coupon. I almost forgot. What's 32-bit float, you ask? Well, it's like RAW files for video or for camera. They're much more adjustable in post. So a 16-bit or a 24-bit file, audio file, if you record levels above 0, it will be garbage. You can't use it. It's distorted. But 32-bit float will be recoverable. The limiting factor is the capsule on your microphone. That will distort. 32-bit float won't, but your capsule will on your microphone. Now the capsule on these microphones, these VM40s, they're good for 130 dB, which is basically your average jet engine. So I don't think you're going to have any trouble. I think you'll be good. See you next time.